Alright, Papa Techie lovers, got something for you. Something special today underneath my tarp over here, my war bonnet tarp. That's something I want to share with y'all. Okay, y'all. It is a nice cold January. It's 31. It's going to get down to 22. And what we've got here is a Dutchware gear Chameleon Zip-On Underquilt by Jacks Are Better. 2.5 inch loft. The Jack Are Betters are 25% overstuff, 850 fill, active down, responsible. This is Argon 90. It's a 20-degree rating. This is 86 inches long by 53 inches wide. And this is the dark olive. So this is my Chameleon hammock. It's got the moonlight top cover on it right now. And it's a zip-on. So let's take a look at it. I know there's some folks that not a lot of videos about this so far, but I was in it last night and I can tell you that it's pretty warm. So here on the ends, you can kind of see how it goes inside there. It has a drawstring on both sides. It also has, this is the zipper here that it zips on just like your regular top cover or your mosquito net and any other Dutchware gear accessories that you have. So it just easily just zips on, and the zipper goes underneath here as well as connects to the top cover that way. So you can see how that works there. You just zip it up, and it does not interfere with getting in the hammock at all. Inside of here, I have a Cedar Ridge top cover that's also rated 20 degrees, and this is synthetic. So I'll be doing some testing tonight, just to show you here that the baffles are sewn the way the baffles are sewn. So with that being said, the thinnest part is going to be right here. However, the fill does come up to here. You just got to do a little shake. It starts coming to the bottom there. And when I was in here last night, it was working out really well. So we're going to do some testing. It's rated down to 20. And tonight it should just right about hit 20 or so. So we're going to check that out. Another thing that I was thinking about for potential winter camping, you theoretically could stuff it down in there and increase the rating there on the ends. Put extra stuff in there if you need to. Now, another thing that Dutch recommends to do in his videos is to turn the whole thing upside down and shake it so that the down comes down to the sides for maximum shoulder coverage. I think it would have been interesting if the baffles ran this way, similar to how like War Bonnet does their stuff. So you wouldn't have to necessarily do this step, but that's how it's done. And the other interesting thing about this one is the fact that it's symmetrical. So it's all cut the same way. So you can sleep diagonally left to right or right to left, and just change your position through the night. All right, well, we're outside now. Gonna do some testing on the this Dutchware gear Jacks Are Better zippered underquilt. Right now we're looking at 24 degrees, 1 a.m., 1:10 a.m. Feels like 10 degrees is the weather. It might drop down to 23, probably be the lowest, depending on what time. 6 a.m., 5 a.m. might drop down to 20. So we're gonna see what it feels like with just this 850 down. I do have a Hennessy double bubble there. I was thinking about trying that little trick, but I don't think it's gonna get cold enough. So I've just got on some regular old pants and a flannel because I really want to check it out. And again, this is just my 20-degree Cedar Ridge. So be right back. All right, just chilling here. As you can see, the wind is blowing a little bit. Definitely feels pretty cold outside. I'm pretty toasty in here. Just got in, so I got to give it a minute for it to warm up. Just hanging out, checking out this underquilt. All right, friends. It is 1:57 a.m. 23 degrees out, feeling like 10. Move the Hennessy double bubble directly underneath me. You can see here. I'm definitely toasty, that's for sure. So I'm gonna go ahead and take that out and see how the rest of the night goes. Again, just chilling in here. And I will say this this Cedar Ridge, this is amazing. This one's super toasty. I really dig it. So anyways, I'll check back with y'all in a little bit. All right, y'all, back again. It's still about 23 outside. Feels like 10 degrees. Right now I'm on a piece of Reflectex to see if that makes a difference. And I'm gonna say that having the Reflectex or the Hennessy double bubble did make a difference. I feel like the Dutchware gear zippered underquilt, when it says 20, it means 20. Couple little bit of cold spots for me, and I tend to run hot, but that's okay. Because I feel like, you know, it's probably where it should be. You know, it says 20 degrees, it's 20 degrees. What I'm liking about it is it's no fiddle with it. There's the two end pieces, the ends that you have to pull tight, pull those closed. Those are really the only things that you're messing with. Again, it's nice and windy out here. Yeah, it just goes on real easy, and there doesn't seem to be anything to really fiddle with other than just putting it on there. We'll see how the rest of the night goes. I'll check back with y'all. All right, we're back. We survived the night. Currently it is 27 degrees, feels like 16 degrees. And we're taking a look at the Dutchware Chameleon Zippered Underquilt by Jacks Are Better. So last night it was around, according to the phone, it was around 23. Feels like 10. Didn't have my carry along thermometer with me, so not 100% sure if it's accurate or not. I must be honest and say that I did get a couple cold spots. So this is rated for 20 degrees, and I had a little tiny bit of Reflectex to help me get through where those cold spots were appearing in my shoulder. No big deal, but I do feel like we were possibly right at that 20 degree rating, and I started to get some cold spots on my back. The ends here, they cinch up. Unless you tie knots here, they'll come uncinched as you go through the night. See how they come uncinched? I don't know if that's by design. Possibly if you tie a knot in there, you might mess it up or rip it or tear the sewing if you don't cinch it up just right. So probably better to have someone sit in there and cinch it up how it's supposed to be. Have yourself sit in there and cinch it up. All right, just kind of want to show you all this here real quick. If you can see on the foot in there where the underquilt ends, you can see through. See that line right down there? See if I can point to, sorry, right over here. That line. That's where the underquilt ends and the hammock begins, right there. And at the head end, right here at the head end, you can see where it ends. So you got plenty of coverage from the head end and the foot end for the underquilt. So that's good coverage there. Again, that's the foot end down there. And just to note, I'm only like 5'6", so my feet are right here. And on the head end, I've got several inches from there, so I actually probably should scoot up a little bit. But I hang all of my underquilts, top quilts, sleeping bags. I hang them all uncompressed in my closet so that they are nice and puffed up. The only time I ever compress them is when I'm actually doing a hike and they're in the backpack. And as soon as I get to camp, they're the first thing I set up. But for last night, it's straight out of the uncompressed closet into the backyard hammock lab, and no hiking or anything, just straight out of the house and into the hammock. So overall, I mean, it does really good. There's no fuss with it as far as setting it up. Here's a look at the label for you. Jacks are better, made in the USA. Connected to the Dutchware Chameleon hammock. So this is the Dutchware Chameleon hammock. Both ends have the cinch off points to keep the drafts out. And we've got these baffles that run up and down. And they are called the radial baffles. Giving y'all another good look at this. I did notice that when I had my Hennessy double bubble, I was pretty toasty, so I would say that does increase the R rating. Now this cost about $323, $324 after taxes and shipping. It took a while to get here. Again, this is the Argon Dark Olive. The thinnest point that you're going to find is right here, where there's no down, and the down starts to appear more towards the bottom with that 2.5 lift. So yeah, again, here's how it zips on, just like any other accessory. It zips on just like this. You flip it over the reverse side. So if you've got any other Chameleon accessories, it's not going to be any problem at all zipping it on. So my overall thoughts of this, for me, with what I have, I like it. The fact that there's no mess in the setup. I believe this one probably would do about 27 degrees comfortably all day long. And it may just be me, how I sleep, my warmthness. But when they say 20 for this particular one that I have, yep, it's exactly 20. Now I'll give it, it was definitely windy. It's still windy. I'm sure that we're getting some heat being robbed out. And I was sleeping in here with my Cedar Ridge outdoors, and this is a 20-degree synthetic, and this thing is amazing. So a lot of heat pumping off of there. So I would call this a 3-season underquilt. You might be able to double it up with another quilt if you're trying to take it down a little bit farther. So this should work for most applications. All right, thanks again for watching, everyone. Really appreciate it. Taking a look here one last time. The JRB. Jacks are better. Zip-on underquilt for the Dutch Chameleon. Peace.